the Triple Crown of Rotting has created tremendous buzz throughout our industry. This grassroots event has attracted the best cars, trucks, people, and brands in hot rodding to Nashville, Tennessee to celebrate friendship, craftsmanship, and philanthropy. Brennan from Modern Rodding is about to give you an inside look at the 2024 Triple Crown of Rodding. We'll go behind the scenes with the event founders to hear the story of how they started the event. We'll follow along with one of the celebrity judges as he picks his award winner, and we'll experience firsthand what it's like to compete. By the end of this documentary, you'll see why you can't miss next year's Triple Crown of Rodding.
Well, here we are. It's the weekend after Labor Day, 2024, and we find ourselves here at the Nashville Super Speedway. So that must mean we're at the Triple Crown of Rodding. It's Thursday, it's move-in. We know we're going to be looking at 2,000 plus cars. Pre-registration was very robust this year, so that's pretty exciting. We know we have 165 manufacturers, and that's crazy. And I should remind you that the manufacturers are really car manufacturers, meaning they make hot rod parts that you and I would want to use on our cars. It all starts Friday morning, gets pretty exciting, it's pretty crazy. Friday and Saturday is nonstop. Then of course Saturday afternoon, we have all of the announcements, all the awards. Everybody's going to find out who wins what, and we're going to have a bunch of happy people. We may have a few not so happy, but everyone understands this is great competition, and the level of cars that are here are simply amazing.
To tell the story of the Triple Crown of Rodding, we have to start with the founders, Alloway and Gary Case. Bobby, the owner of Alloway's Hot Rod Shop, is the builder of iconic and trend-setting street rods and winner of all the major awards. Gary founded the Sport Truck Nationals in 1989, which became the nation's premier truck event, and has owned multiple companies over the years, such as Hot Rod Hardware.
I did a show, or was involved in a show in Pigeon Forge for 39 years, called The Shades of the Past. A group come to me years ago with a Street Rodder magazine at the time, and it was Rick Love with Vintage Air, John McLeod with Classic Instruments, and Steve Tracy with Advanced Plating, and wanted to do a Triple Crown. The only stipulations I had, they asked me if I would do it, and I said, yeah, but I want to pick it. And they didn't have a problem with that.
So when the Shades of the Past ended, Bobby wanted to keep the event going.
My wife said, you're not going to let it die, are you? And I said, I don't know. I went to Columbus to the Good Guys show, and we talked about it, and I seen what was going on up there, and I came back, and I had decided not to do it. Then a guy by the name of Chip Foosh called me. He said, I understand you're doing a show. And I said, I don't know if I am or not. Do it, do it, do it. He said, do it, I want to help you. And my exact words were, Chip, what can you do? Other than come and do that. I mean, he can't walk through the parking lot. You know, he's like the Pied Piper. Everybody's following him doing this. But he said, I'll do anything that I can to help you. So a good friend of mine, Gary Case, we've knew each other since back in the 80s. And I called Gary and was talking to him about it.
He knew that I produced a lot of events through Peterson Publishing and owned my own event. So we decided to partner up with the Triple Crown of Rodding in keeping the tradition of what the Shades of the Past was, and just try to ramp it up a little bit from what it was.
I need a partner. I need somebody to help. I said, I have no idea what to do. I'm a car builder, and I love the sport, and I want to do this. And he's the promoter. He's Mr. Barman and Bailey.
USA Today, we were lucky to be voted in as one of the top 3 events in the United States. So we're not an organization. We're just a couple old hot rod guys that know what events used to be like in the day, and we're trying to bring that feel back, and we're doing it for a little bit different reason.
When you look at the cars that compete at the Triple Crown of Rodding, it's apparent that these really are the cream of the crop builds. Many are already decorated with the top awards from the top shows. Twisted GTO, a 1967 GTO, owned by Steve Aguilar from California, is one of 400 cars that will be competing to walk away with the coveted Triple Crown of Rodding trophy.
The team that I assembled for the car did a great job on the car. There's been a lot of builders involved in the car, from Roadster Shop to Ring Brothers. I have a real appreciation for what it takes to build a car at this level. One of the things I wanted to bring into the car, although it's not of that era, was Chief Pontiac. And so right before my son left for South Korea, he's in the military, I had Neville Ooms scan his face. So we had, Chief Pontiac's face removed and my son's face put in his place. So his image is in the car. So now he tells me I can't sell it, that it's his car. But anyways, yeah, that was, I tell people that and they think it's pretty cool that I did that I was able to put my son's face in there, his image. So my son was looking to get his leave approved. His next assignment will be in Honduras. So he was trying to come home. They get 30 days off. So he's trying to come home and attend the Triple Crown with me in September. And he couldn't. They told him they needed him there another 30 days before he could reassign. So it was hard on me because I really wanted him there with me. But I was hoping that he would be there to see the GTO and see if we possibly are competitive with the other vehicles. I know there's gonna be a lot of nice cars there. I hope we do well at Triple Crown. I hope that the hard work is recognized.
It's 7 a.m. Friday morning, and let me tell you, the cars and trucks are pouring in. It's getting ready for the people who are competing. They'll move over to the judging area, and then of course the general participants, they're going to another lot. And it's pretty crazy here with all the noise, all the cars coming in. So hang on, this is gonna get real good.
Last year, I told everybody that wasn't here, it's the highest quality and the amount of high quality cars you've ever seen in one place, anywhere, period. You see this thing over here? It's a crazy Corvette. Are these guys a new builder over there? What is their name?
Yeah.
Kindig, something like that.
Yeah, I saw
They seem like they know what they're doing. If they, they keep working hard, they might make something of themselves someday.
I saw their MySpace page. It looked pretty promising.
One of the unique aspects of the Triple Crown of Rotting is the Celebrity Awards. Each judge or pair of judges gets the opportunity to create their own unique trophy and pick the car they feel is most deserving. Kyle Tucker, founder of Detroit Speed and Engineering, is one of the celebrities giving out an award this year. From winning the SEMA Battle of the Builders multiple times, to accumulating a collection of first-place trophies for his performance behind the wheel, Kyle is a true enthusiast who has made a significant contribution to our industry.
Yeah, walking around earlier today here at the track, it's amazing the quality of cars that are here that come out for this event. It's really the who's who of car builders, and it's great for us as car builders to be able to see each other. It's low stress. Yeah, there's some trophies, really cool trophies on the line here this weekend, but it's really neat to be able to see your heroes and really the people that we work with day in and day out of this industry all come together and bring the quality cars that are here. The truck behind me is something that's really special to drive, super fun to drive and give rides today, but it's also really neat because last year this truck won the Triple Crown of Rotting in the truck category. So it not only does what it needs to do in the show field, it can back it up here on the track, and it's just a blast to drive. So today we're giving rides, charity rides actually, that were auctioned off for the Gary Sinise Foundation, honoring those that have given all for our country that we just can't say enough for, and really special to be able to raffle those off, put some smiles on faces, and give some good rides today in the truck.
Brian Finch and his gang, they have the BFG ride-along program here. Got about a dozen to 15 vehicles, really high-performance vehicles, trucks, Camaros, Corvettes, and we're giving people rides. We have our 70 Camaro, which everybody knows is the effing Camaro, named by my wife, and you can probably imagine why. So we're taking that out on autocross runs. It has wheels that are obviously perfect for the street, but they're also really lightweight and performance oriented and strong enough to be able to take them out on the track. So all of our wheels, the entire wheel, except for the bolts, is 6061 T6 forged aluminum, which is a very high-end, very dense, strong metal used in aircraft and other applications.
I was watching this car all day yesterday, and then it pulled up. I was like, dream come true.
Judging this group of cars, I'm going to guess they may be somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 down each side of pit row and on the apron and stuff. And we really don't judge the cars. You can't judge 400 cars in 3 or 4 hours. You can't. I mean, it's just impossible. But we pick cars is what we do. You know, we tell the builders to go pick a car, and I don't tell them what car I picked, and I don't want to know what car they picked, because it's their pick. And if a car gets 2 or 3 same picks, it's a great car. So, I mean, and that's just the way it's going to fall, because I do this around the country quite a bit, and I just think the only fair way of doing it, if you're going to ask someone to pick a car, let them pick the car they like to pick.
So I want to walk back. At the other end of pit lane there was a black Chevelle that sat right, had the right wheel and tire combo, which is kind of always my first filter, I guess, as I walk a car show. And it's hard because you're judging somebody's car in your own mind, and there's no rules in this industry, right? Everybody builds a car to be their car, and I always respect that. Not everybody would like my car. See, that car has the right hot rod look. It sits right, it's got a period correct paint on it, the perfect wheel and tire for that, and that's what draws me in, that I want to look closer, and it's got the right hot rod vintage parts on it. Smooth sidewalls. Went to the level of detail to take the lettering and any numbers off the sidewall of the tire. Not easy to do, time consuming. Something else, you know, you look for when you're looking at a car is a lot of people have a strength when they're building a car, whether it's a body shop, body and paint's going to be really nice in the fitment. If it's a mechanical person, it's going to be really nice mechanicals, hardware on the car, and the consistency of the detail needs to match to me too. So if you're building a car, whether it may be a budget, everybody has a budget, you try and finish the car with the same level of detail throughout, and I look for that too. And this car is not overly done, right? There's things you could pick apart on it, but at the same time, it's just consistently a level of detail that it's a driver, it's a really cool hot rod, and it would stand out anywhere you go, I think. So I like that too.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little history on the event. It's kind of a special area. Now, it's called the Meet and Greet, and that's where all of today's builders come, and they'll sign autographs and talk with people, and they'll be here for several hours. And it was really popular last year, and they're doing it again this year. So it met with a great deal of success. But it's a tribute to the past and the future. The future sitting here at the table. The past are all of those names that are on that banner behind me. And they're magazine guys, they're car builders, they're people from the industry who just devoted their lives to it. And we've lost them. You know, they're no longer here to participate and have fun. They're our friends, and we can't talk to them anymore. But this is a chance to say, hey, we didn't forget everything you did. So Bobby and Gary came up with this great idea of having the celebrity table where everyone does the autographs, but then putting the banner up in the back to celebrate those who came before. And I think it's a nice treatment, and the people by the hundreds come through this line to get the autographs and get their memorabilia signed, have photos taken, just talk. It's really a good time, and it's what our hobby's all about. It's really about the people and the friendships.
My name's Neil Golan from Winsville, Missouri. Came down here to the show first time. It was great to see all the celebrities, builders, and everything down here, and I was able to get Chip Foose to sign my shirt, and he drew a little picture of an old Roadster on it, which I thought was very cool of him to do, and I appreciate it from him.
Well, it's the end of Friday. It's the first day of the 2-day show here at the Triple Crown of Rotting. And this is the time of day when they start handing out the stickers, the little window buttons that go on your headlight. Why are those important? Well, there's 45 of those. And if you get one stuck on your headlight, that means you're one of the winners of an award. They don't tell you what you've won. You have to come back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and they take the 45 winners and they put them around the stage. And then we just wait for the awards. And the guys will be by their cars and trucks and they're gonna listen and they're gonna win something. And we gotta believe they're gonna be very, very happy.
Congratulations, you're one of our top 30 cars.
Oh, wow, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
I was speechless and humbled. Like a giddy little kid.
When I come here this morning, I pulled over into the participants area, and one of the guys that we hang around with was like, no, you got to put it in. And I was like, nah, it's not, you know, for these cars right here. And he says, no, you got to put it in. It's a garage-built car, so being picked by a builder that does it professionally means something. You know, he's like, oh, this guy did a good job out of his garage. And like I said, it's very humbling and it's exciting to be able to say, hey, I'm won an award at the Triple Crown, because I've been going to the Shades when it was the Shades for a long time.
The quality of trucks is off the charts. There's 6 other trucks that I would have picked equal to my truck. Then you have hot rods and customs and all the other stuff, so it's just mind-boggling that they're only picking 45 cars, 45, 46 cars of this whole event to pick. I picked 50 this morning.
It's Saturday morning here at the Triple Crown, and it's almost palpable. You can tell people are really excited about who's going to win what. And we have 42 cars that have made the final countdown, and there's 21 on each side of the stage. And from that 42 count, we're going to have all of our celebrity picks, we're going to have our top 30 picks, and of course we're going to work our way down to the Triple Crown of Rotting winners. But right now it's pretty exciting, and what's truly amazing is the number of people who have shown up. Spectator parking is almost full. We just got a phone call telling them they got to go to the reserve parking area because so many people have come out here early this morning to see what's going on. 2,000 car count, somewhere a little over that. We'll find out the exact numbers later, but it is truly amazing here Saturday morning what's going on here at the Triple Crown of Rotting.
Our hobby wouldn't be what it is today without the support of the aftermarket industry. Many of the people behind these brands started their businesses out of necessity. They needed parts that didn't exist, and that drive to innovate continues to this day. Over 160 aftermarket brands came out this year to support Bobby and Gary, and to help everyone from celebrity builders to the next generation of car enthusiasts.
So Steel Rubber Products was founded in 1958. It's a family company. I'm third generation. My grandfather started it out of the need to make something that he needed for his car. And now we've got 65 employees. We have 15,000 SKUs. It's come a long way, but the root of and the passion of making sure that you have something that protects your vehicle and seals it up right is still there.
Billet Specialty started with engine accessories, and it just kind of grew. That was 1985. 1988, started building wheels. The marketplace changes, and you have to adapt. So we branched out and started developing products, obviously, for LS Motors years ago, now LT Motors, and the drag race market. And the younger generation seems to be really influenced by speed. They want performance. Years ago, the hot rod guys, they all wanted shiny wheels. Today, the new guys want powder-coated or Cerakoted wheels, and really key on the performance factor. So when I started, I want to say it was in its infancy, and today the products that are made are amazing.
What got us into the high amp alternators is a lot of builders were starting to do cars for high-end people that were NFL people, NBA people. Thus, all of a sudden, we've got 2 and 3 batteries and a stereo that just wouldn't stop. So getting an alternator that would fit in existing brackets or existing front runner kits was critical for us. That's why we're here now with high amp units, but especially at idle. And if your heartbeat is low, you still get a real good shot of amps to keep everything running, especially when you stop at a stop sign or a red light.
As far as the capabilities of Dakota Digital, pretty much any idea a big builder has or a custom builder has, we can accommodate. So Twisted, for example, we work closely with Sean Smith, who did a lot of the design on that car. Kindig, I work with him a lot, and I know his styles and what he likes to do. Jim Ring, he'll tell me what they're building, I know his style. So with what people are doing these days, we can find a way to make it work for them.
We got a handful of cars here that we have product in, a lot in the top 30. So we got both of Alan Johnson's cars, the 32 that he built and the 57 Pontiac that he built. Scott's Hot Rods Ford truck build that's in there. Both of Goolsby's cars, the Mustang and Good Guys giveaway truck from a couple years ago. We have Steve Aguilar's GTO as well. So those are all loaded with DEI product. As a manufacturer, that's a very nice thing to be able to say, hey, if you go look in this elite, the top 30 of the best cars in the world, it just speaks for itself.
It's Saturday afternoon at the Triple Crown of Rotting. All the fun is almost over, but now we're getting to the good stuff. We're gonna have all the giveaways, we're gonna have all of the awards, we're gonna have the final wrap up of the Triple Crown of Rotting. I've got all the winners right here, but you can't see who they are yet. Let me tell you, there are gonna be a few surprises, so you're gonna wanna stick around and see all of this.
As the vehicle started driving up to receive their awards, the announcers started with the top 30, and some of them also took home 1 or even 2 celebrity awards. With all of the top 30 announced, it was time for the Elite 10 to make their way to the front of the stage. Amongst this group was Steve Aguilar's Twisted GTO, giving it a nod as one of the top builds in the country.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling awesome. This is a great honor.
Finally, it was time to see the top 6 Triple Crown of Rotting award winners. Before ending the event, Bobby and Gary were ready to draw names for the raffles. But something spontaneous happened before they started pulling tickets that exemplifies the altruism and pride in our industry. It started with an impromptu effort to bid for the outfit worn by Classic Car Studio when giving out their award, of which all proceeds would go to the Gary Sinise Foundation. Then, Chip Foose and Dave Kindig offered personal car illustrations up for bid. Thousands upon thousands of dollars started making their way to the stage, to the foundation that supports wounded warriors and first responders. By the time the group moved on to the 50-50 raffle and giveaway truck, the group had raised over $70,000 for charity.
Well, we've come to the end of the second annual Triple Crown of Rotting. Yes, there were some great awards handed out, amazing cars, probably well over 2,000 entrants. Spectator Gate, they still don't know. It was overflow, it was so wild.